Before we start talking about OLB, look at these three ridiculous trades on this ticker. What a weird Monday. Oh my God. Okay, big sell-off there. Not sure where that came from. Cutting losses. That was ridiculous. OLB going for the pullback right now. I don't know why I didn't get filled there. Classic. Really frustrating when that happens. I've been getting skunked on so many of these trades that I'd rather just be a little bit more risk averse on everything pretty much. Here we go. A little bit more of a pop would be great. Morning traders and welcome back. As you saw, today was a little bit of a funky day on TD Ameritrade, and then also just in the overall small cap atmosphere. There wasn't a lot going on. There wasn't a lot of opportunities, and even with OLB, now nerve popped a little bit higher. I was waiting for that move, but I'm done trading right now. You know, even OLB just at the open just kept on flushing. It wasn't really that exciting, and it was hard squeezing profits out of this ticker. And actually right here, I ended up giving back, or, you know, I started off, I had a little scalp trade here and I lost, or no, this was like a $10 profit. And then here I had to like almost a $300 loser. And that was kind of an annoying way to start off the day. So I pretty much spent this area crawling out of the hole. And I was like, okay, well now I'm a bit more in a groove. And then there was no more opportunities. And you guys could even see that with my stats here that, you know, all the way down here, my biggest, you know, boom, right away, took a pretty decent sized loss. So that wasn't very fun. But yeah, I wasn't really able to, you know, size up to any ticker that I really liked. My risk reward wasn't amazing, but that's really just because I didn't find that ticker to really start, you know, getting aggressive on and start riding a little bit more. And you could see here with my running P&L, you know, I was down 300 at one point, and then I was crawling back up, and I felt like I was really pulling teeth looking for trades today. So I don't know. It's like 10:30 right now. I think I'll just go ahead and call it. I'll come back tomorrow, and I think that's probably the way to go about it. I don't really see much more continuation from OLB at the moment. Maybe it's going to hold two, and then it's going to be like a midday pump back. But at the moment, I don't know. I'm a little bit skeptical of what I'm seeing. And oh yeah, a little update here. I did move the MACD here for a little bit. I had it on my second screen now for what, 2 weeks now. And you know, overall it's quite nice, and I really like the red. So I don't really trade often based on the green, but you know, once there's red and it starts, you know, selling off, I do tend to be a little bit more cautious, and that's nice. So I like that little buffer zone. I'll keep using it for a bit longer and see how I want to go from there. I got the idea from Ross Cameron, and yeah, it's not bad at all, especially in the slower market. I think he definitely nailed that one. In terms of these other tickers, you know, there wasn't anything moving today, so I was just constantly just looking for tickers to take stabs at. I mean, DURG, I'm up $30 on this one. I took a small stab here before it flushed. Terrifying. Similar situation with BBBY, where I did a small trade here, and I actually got stuck in the flush. So it was, you know, it was like avoiding a lot of mines today. STBX, this one actually wasn't too bad. I'm up slightly on it. I came to the party a little bit late on this one. I traded it right here, and then I thought it was done. But there was two really good pops here, and the volume wasn't that great, but it wasn't that bad either. It was an 18% move almost from this pullback to this high, maybe 20% move. So there was opportunities, but at this point on STBX, I was watching some other tickers, and I missed those moves. That was a little bit unfortunate. Luckily, CMRX came right at the end, right before I was wrapping up, and I got one last little trade on this one, and that was right here, believe it or not. Not even this pullback, but this pullback, and it was fading, and I just closed it. I was like, you know, I was kind of hopeful, especially in the recording as you guys watch it. I was like, if this one pops here, you know, I could have maybe made like a $200-300 profit, but, you know, it was just dying out, and I mean, we're dealing with like all these trades are like $100 trades at best. I mean, it's just tiny. So I didn't feel comfortable sizing up, but also like I never got any winners over 2%, which, you know, there was opportunities for that. I mean, you guys just saw it with STBX. So I was a little bit in the wrong place at the wrong time today, for sure. But then at the same time, just wasn't that, you know, one ticker where it's like, all right, let's go. So I think the fact of just being green today is more than I can ask for. It kind of feels a little bit like a no trade day, I got to admit. I know a lot of people in the Discord were having trouble staying green today, and I was too. You know, I started off in the red. My max loss right now, I made it pretty much $500. So when I was down 300, I was like, man, is today gonna be a max loss day? So I was staring at that, just like it seems like a lot of people were today. Luckily, I was able to, actually, I just went away for 30 minutes, took a nap, came back, and maybe I was a little bit more refreshed. I don't know what it was, but that allowed me to tighten things up a little bit. Ultimately, I was really looking for a ticker that can have these nice front sides. But even with OLB, which was crawling to the front side for, you know, quite a bit, it was really just quick pop, then fade again. And the pullbacks were so extended, so you wanted to be really careful the way you went about trading those pullbacks. One last thing I wanted to mention here is the recap video, or the recordings I'm doing. I'm pausing more often now, so it's a little bit more like a highlight reel. I think the one I did today is like an hour only. Usually I just recorded my whole entire self even when I went away, so it'd be like a 2-3 hour recording. So hopefully it's a little bit tighter for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy those recordings. I know I've been watching them myself every day in the morning, and it's been making a big difference, just being like, okay, these are the tickers I traded, these were the mistakes I made. I think that's really refreshing, and I like to break down the trade before, during, and after I'm doing it verbally, so I know what's going on even in hindsight. So I think that makes a big difference. And if you guys are not recording your trades and you're trading, I highly recommend doing so. It makes a massive difference, so keep that in mind. All right, guys, we have what, till Thursday, and then the week or the month is over. How crazy is, or Wednesday is the last day of the month, and then Thursday is already September. So there we go. So wrapping up the August here. Hopefully we can get another few good trading days. But, you know, I want to be risk averse as much as possible right now until the market keeps pummeling, or, you know, turns around a little bit. Because look at this, overall the market's red, and if you just go to the daily, you know, we're in a bit of a free fall right now. We're pulling back overall, so this isn't really the time to get super aggressive. Plus, I think in the UK there's a holiday, so the markets are closed too in the UK. So, you know, just gotta keep in mind like what's going on in the world, and especially the markets. And, you know, as we're pulling back right now, this is probably not the best time to get super aggressive in those breakouts, and that's exactly what I did, you know, with my OLB right in the beginning, and that's, you know, that's why I took a loser there. So you got to be mindful and careful, and that's what I did on the second half of the trading day, but not in the beginning. So that was my mistake. All right, guys, I hope you got some value out of that. I'll see you then first thing tomorrow morning. Like always, guys, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao.